Yo, what's up? Mark here with a new video for you guys. Yeah, not a record update, actually some other kind of video. I think this will be a top 15 if I look that's close to it. Okay, that doesn't matter. Um, top 15. I've done top 20s of death metal, grindcore, black metal, heavy metal. I thought let's do a one of thrash metal albums that got me into thrash metal actually. There were more bands, but I don't own that many thrash on CD. So yeah, there were more bands that influenced me or to go thrash metal, but like I said, I don't own all physical copies or either, or yeah, just some songs or whatever. And this is about albums. So one is actually a compilation album. I've got more albums by that band, but yeah, let's throw that in. That was the first physical copy I got my hands on with that band. So. Um, Let's start with that one. Also, this Kreator with Scenarios of Violence, thrash metal from Germany. Not the real first studio album, like I said, it's more a compilation of old material. This was released in 1996, so it's where all the material from the first album to 1996, except for the album from 1992 or something, 1995 I think. Why don't I come on this album? It doesn't matter. The album from 1995 is not included on this one. Surprisingly, could be that was another label or something. I don't know, but yeah, this was brought out by Noise Recordings and contains such classics as Renewal, Extreme Aggression, Ripping Corpse, Tormentor, People of the Lie, Coma Souls, Terrible Sanity, Karmic Wheel, stuff like that. Surprisingly, there is not a lot of stuff from some albums. I think this was a certain period they have taken stuff off. This is the CD, and the booklet folds out like into a big one, like this, with a little sentence here which says, "There must be in everything a certain spirit, a view which, like a soul, directs to the whole." Yeah, this is the inside with the albums. From this album, Cause for Conflict, there's no songs from. That's a bit strange. Pressure to Kill is also not a lot of on, and the first one, Endless Pain, is pretty strange. But yeah, some credits and stuff, nice live pictures, and some backstage cards or something. Yeah. This is a pretty nice compilation. Not long after this one I bought some stuff like Coma of Souls and albums like that. The first couple of albums. I think Terrible Certainty I have, and Pleasure to Kill and stuff like that. Anyways, great bands, nice thrash metal, highly recommendable. I think this is the best compilation you have. They have released another one a few years later, but almost contains the same songs. It's pretty strange. Had to do with some money and some rights or something. I don't know. Anyways, Scenarios of Violence by Kreator. Next up, an album. I know for a long time, but I never got my hands on until like 10 years ago or something. Then I finally bought a copy. I had it on tape. Yeah, this is Dark Angel, Darkness Descends. Great album. Really, really highly recommendable if you want to go into thrash metal. This is one you must hear. Great stuff. Released by Century Media. This version is. This is released in 1998. Like a has some bonus tracks also. Great stuff. Yeah, great drummer Gene Hoglan. Everybody knows Gene Hoglan. CD. Back of the CD. This is a really high speed thrash. Great riffing, nice vocal lyrics and other stuff. Yeah, great version of this one. Really amazed me. Still after this years how good it is, and yeah, really cool. Great stuff. Dark Angel with Darkness Descends. Next up, some people don't consider this thrash. There is thrash on this, but also some other stuff, influences. I rather call this modern stuff, modern thrash. This is Machine Head with Burn My Eyes, their first album, and I think this is one of their best albums in my opinion. Great stuff. Inside the booklet contains mostly lyrics, so yeah, and some credits and stuff. Thanks list. Not really special. Classic lineup: Rob Flynn on vocals, guitars, Logan Medi guitar, Adam Juice for bass, backing vocals, and Chris Cantas on drums. This is their classic album. Classic songs like The Video and Old, A Thousand Lies. Yeah, great stuff. If you want to get a Machine Head album, please pick up this one. This really needs to be in your collection. Burn My Eyes by Machine Head, or Machine fucking Head, like I say most times. Then an album by a band from the United States. There's a lot of United States metal in here. Not the first album I got. The first album I got by this band is called Euthanasia, but I don't call that really a thrash metal album. They were more mainstream at that point. The first thrash metal album I bought from them probably would be this one. This is Rust in Peace by Megadeth. Great classic album. I was still in my high school when I bought this. In a lunch break or something, I went to the local store there. I went to school in Papendrecht, which is a small town next to Sliedrecht, which is also a small town in the area of Rotterdam. So that's where I lived at that point. Really cool, really nice stuff. It's really classic, one of the best albums, I think maybe the best album they have made in all time. They often still play songs from this. Yeah, great lineup: Dave Mustaine, Marty Friedman, David Ellison and Nick Menza. This is my favorite lineup really by this band. Holy Wars, Hangar 18, Take No Prisoners, Five Magic, Tornado of Souls, Rust in Peace. Great songs. Yeah, released in 1990 and definitely highly recommendable album. Rust in Peace by Megadeth, a must-have in your collection. Next up are two albums by bands I really know pretty fast, and I got this when I got into metal. Two albums my brother had on vinyl, and of course, I took a listen, copied it on tape, and played it forever until I bought the CDs a couple of years later. This is Metallica with the first two albums. Yeah, everybody knows them, so don't gonna tell you too much. If you don't know Metallica, you're really sleeping, because they're fucking mainstream now, and they still play songs from those albums. This is actually my favorite album, Ride the Lightning. Sorry for the glare. Next up, a band I got to know in '95 or something like that. I'm wearing a shirt of this band. This is Occult with The Enemy Within. Some nice black thrash metal with hints of black and death metal. This is their second album, Dutch band, highly recommendable to listen. They're still active, but now under the name Legion of the Damned. But this is their old work with the old band name. The first album was more black metal than this one, but slightly there were more trashy death metal wise. In the years they went on and on until a certain point in 2005 or something they changed the name, Legion of the Damned. So yeah, great song. Souls, Acquisition of the Holy, Cross the Boundaries of Life and Death is a really good song. Yeah, great stuff. Occult with The Enemy Within. Next up, the second album I got to know by this band, but this album influenced me more than the first album. It is Vulgar, Display of Power by Pantera. Great stuff. Classic songs like Mouth of War, New Level, Walk, Fucking Hostile, This Love. Yeah, great songs. Classic album from 1992. And a band that never will be again, I think, especially when guitar player Guy Daryl is not here anymore. Rust in peace, brother. Great stuff. If you want to buy an album by Pantera, try this one for real. Great album. Next up, a German band. I like a lot of their albums. This is Sodom with Agent Orange, really nice thrash metal. This is their 1989 release, I think. If you know for sure, if I'm not rambling. It's somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Agent Orange, great album. Great stuff, and definitely highly recommendable. Also the first albums, great stuff. Next up, an album I really got to know pretty late. I think this is from end of the 90s or beginning of the millennium, I don't know. Could be something like that. 1999 actually. This is Annihilator, a criteria for a Black Widow. Everybody calls Allison Hell. It's a really good album. But this one is also really good. Yeah, great stuff. Sorry. Booklet. Nice black metal. I think they were from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Could be. Otherwise, it would be US. But great stuff. Annihilator, criteria for a Black Widow. Great band. Annihilator. Next up is now I bought straight away when it went album of the month in the Axhom magazine. I know this band a longer time, but never had the chance to buy an album of them. I bought more albums, of course, but after this one, so that's why I took this one in the collection for this top 15. This is released in 1999. It is a testament with The Gathering. Really nice album. Definitely highly recommendable. If you don't know Testament, sorry, but you have to know Testament if you want to get into thrash metal. And a little poster here. Highly recommendable. This has a great lineup as well, I think. Where is it? I think there were a great. Besides Eric Peterson and Chuck Billy, of course, there were Steve Giorgio, James Murphy, and Dave Lombardo. So that are not the smallest names in metal. So this is a really high recommendable album. Great songs: DNR, Do Not Recirculate, Down for Life, True Believer, 3 Days in Darkness. Really great album. It's really high deserved in that period to be album of the month. Yeah, great stuff. Testament with The Gathering. Next up is an album not everybody picks, but this one was the real first physical copy of this band I bought, so that's why it's in here. I really still enjoy this album, although it's not a classic lineup. Doesn't bother me. It's a Slayer with Divine Intervention. The return after Dave Lombardo left, and I have to say Paul Bostaph does really his job very well on this album. And that guy was original from Forbidden, if I'm not mistaken. Great album. Sex, Murder, Art, Ditto Head, Divine Intervention, Serenity, Murder. Great bands, a great album. Everything fall in place on this one. This one is really opened a lot. It's already taped here and there to this booklet. That's a bit. This was opened a lot in the day. Great stuff. Great album. One of my favorites of Slayer. Really dig this album. Try this one for sure. Slayer, Divine Intervention. Next up, really a classic I think. This is Sepultura with Arise. Classic album, great songs. Arise, Dead and Grilling Cells, Desperate Cry, Affected Voice, Under Sheets. Great album. And the classic lineup with the Cavalier brothers still in the band. This is really my this is really my favorite album, I think. Great stuff. And I'm really glad I've got this in my collection. Sepultura with Arise. Next up, not the first album I would choose. I'd rather choose the Spreading the Disease album, I think. That's my favorite. But I like this one really also. This is Among the Living by Anthrax. Great album. Among the Living, Call It a Mosh, I Am the Law, Evil Like a Christian, Indians. Great songs. And the classic lineup that you guys can see. Here you see the guys. Great band. Yeah, really highly recommendable. Anthrax, Among the Living. And then we are to the last one. Also a band that really don't exist anymore because the singer has taken his own life a few years back. So this isn't possible. They have released 4 albums or something like that. This is the first one. I like this one the most, together with the second one called Nemesis. I really like this one as well. This is Grip Incorporated with Power of Inner Strength. It was a band after formed by Dave Lombardo after he left Slayer. Yeah, great lineup. Gus Chambers on vocals, Waldemar Sarrekta, the famous producer from Germany, and Jason Vibbrooks, the bass player of Even. Great stuff. Great album, great songs like Savage, She's Hostage to Heaven is a really great song, Guilty of Innocence, Innate Affliction, The Colors of Death, Ostracized, Heretic War Chant. Great songs. Definitely highly recommendable. If you don't know this band, look it up. Great stuff. Grip Incorporated with Power of Inner Strength. That's it. Bands that influenced me to get on thrash metal. I got to know, of course, more bands like Heathen, Death Angel, Extinction, Stigma, yeah, a lot of other famous bands also. Yeah, just a few I got physical copies of. I like a lot more, of course, and maybe if time passes, I will buy some more stuff in thrash metal. I've got some stuff on vinyl too, of course, but these were albums I bought a lot earlier, so that's why I took some other albums than people thought in this collection, because bands like Testament and Slayer have a nice big discography and I think better albums, but yeah, first physical copies, so that's why these are in. Not that I don't like that album, I really like that albums, of course, and that's why I bought them. So yeah, that's it. If you got something to say about these nice albums, just say it in the comment section. I really like to read that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you like my video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, just subscribe to my channel. Really like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, liking and supporting, and hope to see you guys with the next video. Thank you, take care, have a nice week, and till the next one.